Hello viewers, welcome to our channel Career Prep. In this video, we'll solve a few problems on subdivided or stacked bar charts in the topic data interpretation. Since questions based on this topic are most frequently asked in competitive exams, it makes sense to understand and practice as many questions as possible. These questions are the ones where marks can be scored easily if practiced well. Before we begin, please subscribe to our channel. Also press the bell icon to get notifications as soon as we post a new video. So let's start. Study the bar chart and answer the questions based on it. Now this is a subdivided bar chart, also called a stacked bar chart. It's called subdivided bar chart because the vertical bar is subdivided into various components. It's also called a stacked bar graph because here the different rectangles are stacked one upon another. Anyways, this bar chart shows the percentage distribution of the total production of a car manufacturing company into various models over 2 years. Now let's understand how to interpret this subdivided bar graph. Now this bar graph shows the percentage distribution of the total production of 6 different types of cars manufactured by a company over 2 years. The 2 years are 2000 and 2001. So these years are plotted along the x-axis. The percentage distribution is plotted along the y-axis. Here 10 means 10% of the total number of cars produced. 40 means 40% of the total number of cars produced. 80 means 80% of the total number of cars produced. Also is given that here different colors are given for different types of cars. So dark blue color represents P type of cars. Red color represents Q type of cars. Green color is for R type of cars. Purple color represents S type of cars. Light blue color indicates T type of cars and brown color indicates U type of cars. Also, it's given that total number of cars produced in the year 2000 is 3,50,000. Total number of cars produced in the year 2001 is 4,40,000. Now let's take the example of the bar graph for the year 2000. Now here this dark blue rectangle represents P type of cars. The height of this dark blue rectangle indicates the percentage distribution of the P type cars. So the height of this dark blue rectangle corresponds with the number 30 on the y-axis. This means that 30% of the total number of cars produced in the year 2000 is of the P type. Now this red rectangle indicates Q type of cars. The height of this red rectangle is 45 minus 30, which is 15. This means that 15% of the total number of cars produced in the year 2000 is of the Q type. The green rectangle represents R type of cars. The height of this green rectangle is 65 minus 45, which is 20. This means 20% of the total number of cars produced in the year 2000 is of R type. and so on. Similarly, you can calculate the percentage distribution of the various types of cars for the year 2001. Now, using all this data given in this bar graph, you have to answer the given questions. Now, instead of using this bar graph and repeatedly looking out and searching for the data in this bar graph, you can do a common interpretation of the data given in this bar chart and tabulate the values. That is, you can put the values in the form of a table. You can use this uh, common interpretation table to solve the given questions. This will make solving the given questions a lot easier, and also it will save you a lot of time in the exam. So let's learn how to draw a common interpretation table. Now let's understand how to do the common interpretation. First, let's put all the data given in this bar graph in the form of a table. Now each of the rows of the table is for the different types of cars: P, Q, R, S, T and U. Now this column is for percentage of cars produced in the year 2000. This column is for percentage of cars produced in 2001. This column is for the number of cars produced in 2000, and this column is for the number of cars produced in 2001. Now first, let's look at the P type of car. For the year 2000, this blue rectangle uh, represents P type of cars. The height of this blue rectangle indicates the percentage of P types of car produced in 2000. Now, as you can see, the height of this blue rectangle corresponds with 30 on the y-axis. This means that 30% of the uh, total number of cars produced in 2000 is of the P type. Let's move on to the red color. Now, red color is for Q type cars. The height of the red rectangle is 45 minus 30, which is 15. This means 15% of the total number of cars produced in 2000 is of the Q type. Let's move on to the green color rectangle. Green color rectangle indicates R type of cars. The height of this green rectangle is 65 minus 45, which is 20. This means that 20% of the total number of cars produced in 2000 is of R type. Let's move on to purple color. Purple color is for S type of cars. The height of this uh, purple rectangle is 75 minus 65, which is 10%. This means that 10% of the total number of cars produced in 2000 is of the S type. Let's move on to the light blue rectangle. This light blue rectangle is for T type of cars. The height of this light blue rectangle is 90 minus 75, which is 15%. This means that 15% of the total number of cars produced in 2000 is of the T type. Let's move on to the brown rectangle. The brown rectangle is for U type of cars. The height of this brown rectangle corresponds with 100. The height of this brown rectangle is 100 minus 90, which is 10. This means 10% of the cars produced in 2000 is of the U type. Now let's find the percentage of cars produced in the year 2001. Now this blue rectangle is for P type of cars. The height of this blue rectangle corresponds with 40 on the y-axis. This means 40% of the total number of cars produced in 2001 is of the P type. The red rectangle here is for Q type of cars. The height of this red rectangle is 60 minus 40, which is 20. This means 20% of the total number of cars produced in 2001 is of the Q type. This green rectangle is for R type of cars. The height of this green rectangle is 75 minus 60, which is 15. This means that 15% of the total number of cars produced in 2000 is of the R type. The purple rectangle is for S type of cars. The height of this purple rectangle is 85 minus 75, which is 10. This means that 10% of the total number of cars produced in 2001 is of the S type. The light blue rectangle is for T type of cars. The height of this light blue rectangle is 95 minus 85, which is 10. This means that 10% of the total number of cars produced in 2001 is of the T type. The brown color rectangle is for U type. The height of this brown rectangle is 100 minus 95, which is 5. This means that 5% of the total number of cars produced in 2001 is of the U type. Now it's given that the total number of cars produced in 2000 is 3,50,000. Now we know that in 2000, 30% of the cars produced is of the P type. So 30% of 3,50,000 is 1,05,000. So 1,05,000 P type cars were produced in the year 2000. Similarly, we know that 15% of Q-type cars were produced in the year 2000. So 15% of 3,50,000 is 52,500. This means that 52,500 Q-type of cars were produced in the year 2000. So R-type is 20%. So 20% of 3,50,000 is 70,000. This means 70,000 R type of cars were produced in 2000. S is 10%. So 10% of 3,50,000 is 35,000. So 35,000 S type of cars were produced in the year 2000. T is 15%. So 15% of 3,50,000 is 52,500. This means 52,500 T-type of cars were produced in the year 2000. U is 10%. This means 10% of 3,50,000 is 35,000. So this means that 35,000 U-type cars were produced in the year 2000. Now it's given that the total number of cars produced in the year 2001 is 4,40,000. Now For the year 2001, the percentage of cars produced is given in this column. So P is 40%. So 40% of 4,40,000 is 1,76,000. So 1,76,000 P-type cars were produced in 2001. Q is 20%. So 20% of 4,40,000 is 88,000. So 88,000 Q type of cars were produced in 2001. R is 15%. 15% of 4,40,000 is 66,000. So 66,000 R type of cars were produced in 2001. S is 10%. So 10% of 4,40,000 is 44,000. So 44,000 S type of cars were produced in 2001. T is 10%. 10% of 4,40,000 is 44,000. So 44,000 T type of cars were produced in 2001. And U is 5%. So 5% of 4,40,000 is 22,000. So 22,000 U type of cars were produced in 2001. So now that we have written all the values in in the form of this table, let's use this table to solve the given questions. Let's solve the given question using the common interpretation table. What was the difference in the number of Q-type cars produced in 2000 and that produced in 2001? You are given 4 options here and you have to find out which of these options is the correct one. Now, as you can see in this table, the number of Q-type cars produced in 2001 is 88,000 and the number of Q-type cars produced in 2000 is 52,500. So the required difference is 88,000 minus 52,500, which is 35,500. So the correct answer is option A, 35,500. Let's solve the given question using the common interpretation table. What is the total number of cars of models P, Q and T manufactured in 2000? You're given 4 options here and you have to find out which of these options is the correct one. From this table, you can see that in the year 2000, the total number of P-type cars produced is 1,05,000. Total number of Q-type cars produced is 52,500 and total number of T-type cars produced is 52,500. So the total number of cars of the models P, Q and T manufactured in 2000 is equal to 1,05,000 plus 52,500 plus 52,500, which is 2,10,000. So the correct answer is option C, 2,10,000. Let's solve the given question using the common interpretation table. If the percentage production of P-type cars in 2001 was the same as that in 2000, then what would be the number of P-type cars produced in 2001? You're given 4 options here and you have to find out which of these options is the correct one. Now, as you can see in this table, the percentage production of P-type cars in the year 2000 is 30%. So percentage production of P-type cars in 2001 is equal to percentage production of P-type cars in 2000 is equal to 30%. We know that the total number of cars produced in 2001 is 4,40,000. So the number of P-type cars produced in the year 2001 would be 30% of 4,40,000, which is 1,32,000. So the correct answer is option B, 1,32,000. Let us solve the given question using the common interpretation table. If 85% of the S-type cars produced in each year were sold by the company, how many S-type cars remain unsold? You're given 4 options here and you have to find out which of these options is the correct one. Now it's given that 85% of the S-type cars produced in each year were sold by the company. This means that 15% of the S-type cars are unsold in each year. Now, from this table, you can see that the total number of S-type cars produced in the year 2000 is 35,000. So, the number of S-type cars which remained unsold in 2000 is equal to 15% of 35,000. Now also from this table you can see that the total number of S-type cars produced in 2001 is 44,000. So the number of S-type cars which remained unsold in 2001 is 15% of 44,000. Therefore, the total number of S-type cars which remained unsold is equal to 15% of 35,000 plus 44,000. This is nothing but 15% of 79,000. On solving this, we get 11,850. So 11,850 S-type cars remained unsold. So the correct answer is option C, 11,850. Let's solve the given question using the common interpretation table. For which model the percentage rise or fall in production from 2000 to 2001 was minimum. You are given 4 options here and you will find out which of these options is the correct one. So here you have to find the percentage rise or fall. So use the formula percentage change is equal to new value minus original value divided by original value multiplied by 100. So first, let's find the percentage change, that is rise or fall in production from 2000 to 2001 for the various models. Now from this table you can see that the number of P-type cars produced in 2001 is 1,76,000 and number of P-type cars produced in 2000 is 1,05,000. So the percentage change for P-type cars is 1,76,000 minus 1,05,000 divided by 1,05,000 multiplied by 100. On solving this, we get 67.62%. Since this is a positive value, this indicates a percentage rise. Now from the table, you can see that Q type of cars produced in 2001 is 88,000 and for the year 2000 Q type cars produced is 52,500. So the percentage change for Q type of cars is 88,000 minus 52,500 divided by 52,000 multiplied by 100. On solving this we get 67.62%. Since this is a positive value, it indicates percentage rise. From this table, you can see that the number of R-type cars produced in 2001 is 66,000 and number of R-type cars produced in 2000 is 70,000. So the percentage change for R-type cars is 66,000 minus 70,000 divided by 70,000 multiplied by 100. On solving this, we get minus 5.71%. The negative sign indicates a percentage fall. From this table, you can see that the number of S-type cars produced in 2001 is 44,000 and the number of S-type cars produced in 2000 is 35,000. So the percentage change for S-type cars is 44,000 minus 35,000 divided by 35,000 multiplied by 100. On solving this, we get 25.71%. The positive value indicates percentage rise. From this table, you can see that the number of T-type cars produced in 2001 is 44,000 and number of T-type cars produced in 2000 is 52,500. So the percentage change for T-type cars is 44,000 minus 52,500 divided by 52,500 multiplied by 100. On solving this, we get minus 16.19%. The negative sign indicates a percentage fall. From this table, you can see that the number of U-type cars produced in 2001 is 22,000 and the number of U-type cars produced in 2000 is 35,000. So the percentage change for U-type cars is 22,000 minus 35,000 divided by 35,000 multiplied by 100. On solving this, we get minus 37.14%. The negative sign indicates a percentage fall. Now, from all these values, you can see that the minimum percentage rise or fall in production is for model R. So the correct answer is option B, R. Viewers, please go through this video till you have understood the concept. Practice more such problems to increase your speed and also to understand the concept clearly. Also do watch our videos on ratio, average, percentage, profit and loss, simple interest, compound interest, etc. for a thorough understanding of the topics which will make it easier for you to solve data interpretation problems. Please do watch a video on bar charts to show deviation for solved problems. If you have liked this video, please like, subscribe and share this video. Thank you.